Ramya, Registrar from Rainbow Children Hospital. I am presenting on the behalf of Department of Pediatric Pulmonology and Allergy under the guidance of Dr. Suresh Natarajan. Here we have 13-year child admitted with complaints of cough for 8 weeks duration, which was continuous and non-productive cough, which usually starts before he goes to sleep and lasts for 2 hours, which was insidious in onset and progressive in nature, not associated with any specific character, no sneezing, no rhinorrhea, no snoring, no breathlessness, no fever, and no weight loss. There was no significant past history. He is average in academics. His father is a known case of asthmatic and on treatment, and there is no contact history of tuberculosis. For the last 8 weeks, he was done with almost all investigations by the outside practitioner, such as CBC, ESR, CRP, Mantoux, chest X-ray. Everything was found to be normal. Considering this pandemic, COVID PCR was done twice, which was found to be negative. For the last 8 weeks, he was treated with variety of cough syrups, anti-reflux therapy, antihistamines, antibiotics, salbutamol nebulizations, and inhaler. Despite of all this treatment, there is no improvement, so he is referred to our hospital for second opinion. On examination, other than obesity, he was a well-looking child, no clubbing, saturation was normal, ENT examination was found to be normal, and systemic examination also normal. This is the video of the child which shows cough nature. Let's summarize. Adolescent boy who had dry cough for 8 weeks duration, which usually starts before he goes to sleep and lasts for 2 hours, and no symptoms of URA and LRA, and child was refractory to all the treatment. So, considering this, we kept initially two differential diagnoses. First one is habitual cough, and second one is cough variant asthma. So child was admitted in our hospital. Again, we have done CBC, ESR, chest X-ray. Everything was normal. And next thing, what we had done is spirometry. In that FEV1 is normal, and there is no bronchial hyperresponsiveness. And FeNO is also normal. And next thing, what we had done is allergy workup. In that absolute eosinophil count is increased, and elevated IG level is noted, and skin allergy test is done. In that, this is a picture of the skin allergy test. In that, S is a saline, which is a negative control, and H is a histamine, which is a positive control, which shows significant sensitization to house dust mite. So there is no improvement in cough followed by bronchodilator therapy. Child responded only to steroids. So are we justifying habitual cough? No, because the child is having eosinophilia, elevated IgE levels, positive skin test, and responding only to steroids. So habitual cough is unlikely, which is a diagnosis of exclusion. So are we dealing with cough variant asthma? For diagnosing cough variant asthma, it should satisfy the following criteria. Here our child is having dry cough for more than 8 weeks duration, and absence of postnasal drip is there, and chest X-ray is normal, but there is no bronchial hyperresponsiveness and no relief of cough followed by bronchodilator therapy. In addition to this, eosinophilia is there, an elevated IgE level is noted, and allergy skin test is positive, which cannot be explained with cough variant asthma. So cough variant asthma is less likely. So what are we dealing with? Most probably atopic cough. For diagnosing atopic cough, it should satisfy this following criteria, such as the dry cough which should be present for more than 8 weeks, associated with eosinophilia, raised IgE levels, positive skin test, and pulmonary function test is normal, and the cough which is resistant to bronchodilator and complete relief followed by corticosteroids. Our child fulfills all these criteria, hence our diagnosis is atopic cough. So in both this condition, the child usually present with chronic non-productive cough for more than 8 weeks duration, but differ in pathophysiology, cough sensitivity, bronchial hyperresponsiveness, clinical response to bronchodilators, and risk of asthma in future. So this is the airway. The inner one is epithelium. The outer one is smooth muscles. Stimulation from epithelium causes atopic cough. Stimulation from smooth muscle, which causes asthma and cough variant asthma. In atopic cough, there is increased cough hypersensitivity. In cough variant asthma, there is bronchial hyperresponsiveness noted. So in atopic cough, there will be features of atopy such as eosinophilia, elevated IgE levels, positive skin test, and cough hypersensitivity is present, and there is no bronchial hyperresponsiveness and response only to bronchodilators. But the good thing is the risk of asthma, which is less in atopic cough compared with cough variant asthma. So any child who present with chronic dry cough, including, we have to include spirometry and allergy skin test as a part of workup. In cough variant asthma, spirometry will show bronchial hyperresponsiveness and good response followed by bronchodilator therapy. In atopic cough, allergy skin test will be positive, but no response to bronchodilators. The child responds only to steroids. Habitual cough, which is a diagnosis of exclusion. Thank you.